The case whenever we are here to find the natural frequency of a non-uniform body. In case of simple pendulum, we people know that Bob was a uniform body and it was attached from the center of gravity with the help of a unextensible string that was tied to a pivot point. So that case was different. But in real cases, most of the bodies are uh, irregular shape. So in order to find the natural frequency of irregular shape bodies, this lecture will be almost helpful. In addition, we will also talk about the center of percussion point, and after that inshallah we will go for different numerical problems. So let's start. Compound pendulum. First of all, I want to talk about what is the difference between simple pendulum and compound pendulum. In case of simple pendulum, body was hand from the center of mass to a pivot point with the help of an inextensible string, and distance between pivot point and center of mass was found to be L in previous cases. But in this case, instead of mounting irregular shaped body from a pivot point, we have a, for example, here we have a irregular shaped body of the shape in such a way that this body is now hand from a pivot point that lies within the rigid body. In previous case, the pivot point was out of the rigid body, but in this case, body will be hand from a pivot point that will lie within the rigid body. So this is one of the case. So compound pendulum is a body of any shape or irregular shape in which it is hand from the suspension point or a pivot point that lies within the rigid body other than the point of gravity or other than the point of the center of mass. For example, this is the body and this is the point of equilibrium. Body is in equilibrium, and we know that this is irregular shaped body. For example, suppose that center of mass of battery lies here and it is represented by G point, and this is another point represented by P. This is the point of center of percussion. It is a point, center of percussion is a point where if we apply an external force or excitation force, then there will be no force or there will be no impact or there will be a no string effect felt by the suspension or pivot point. So it is the point of a rigid body where we have a zero effect force. There is a zero effect of force. For example, if we will hit that body from the point P, then this pivot point will have no effect of force. So this is the point in case of the cricket team. Moreover, they have almost calculated the point of percussion of a bat structure. So in that case, again they have almost, because center of percussion point almost lies at the 2/3 of the distance of body from the pivot point. So it almost lies to the 2/3 of the length of the body. In addition, this is the point where there will be no effect held to the point of suspension, and this point is called center of percussion. And this O to G, for example, here body is displaced from the mean position, and again these are the parallel axis. This is the parallel axis of a suspension or pivot point. This is the parallel axis of a center of mass, and this is the parallel axis of a percussion point. So here in this case we can see that distance from the center of percussion point to the center of gravity is D, and this is the pendulum. In this case we have to derive natural frequency of this irregular shaped body. So let's start. Again in this case we will apply sum of all moments about suspension point is equal to I theta double dot. This is angular acceleration, this is mass moment of inertia, and this is summation of moments. Again in this case, like the previous cases, For example, we have resolved the mass force or weight force because of gravity components. It exists in two parts. For example, if this is the point of gravity where whole mass of body is acting, and we will split it into two main parts. This will be one part that will be called mg cos theta, and this will be the radial component that will be called mg sin of theta. This compound pendulum is displaced from equilibrium position by giving an angular displacement of theta. This is very small amount of angular displacement in such a way that sin theta will approximately approach to tan theta, and they both will approximately equal to theta value in such a way that sin theta will approximately is equal to tan theta, and that will approximately equal to theta value. So this formula derivation is only valid for linear cases always we have a very small displacement from initial position. So I theta double dot is equal to minus mg sin theta into distance from suspension point to the center of mass. For example, here in this case it is d. So this is the point to be noted. I theta double dot plus mg d sin theta is equal to 0, since sin theta is approximately equal to theta for very small deflection. So we have I theta double dot plus mg d theta is equal to 0, or we have I theta double dot plus mg d divided by I into theta, that is equal to 0. Here in this case again we have divided inertial time term throughout the equation, and this whole equation that is this whole expression that is with the theta term. What is this? It is the square of angular frequency. So we have omega n square is equal to mgd divided by I, or omega n is equal to mgd divided by I into square root of whole. Units will be radians per second. Again in this case we people know the mass of the compound pendulum. G value is 9.8, d is the distance from suspension to the center of mass, and what is I? It is a mass moment of inertia. So this is point to think where we have to calculate this point I. IP, or we will denote it as moment of inertia at point of suspension. In most of the cases, moment of inertia or mass moment of inertia of regular shaped body, for example in previous case, in case of a bob, we have a mass moment of inertia across the center of mass. It is always across the center of mass, but in this case, because we people know that center of mass is away from the suspension point, so we have to translate axis. We people know parallel axis theorem, that is very useful for translating parallel axis, because suspension axis and center of mass axis both are parallel to each other, and we can easily translate mass moment of inertia from center point to the to the point of suspension. So according to parallel axis theorem, IP is equal to IO or IG plus md square, where IAP is the mass moment of inertia at suspension point. Ig is the mass moment of inertia where whole mass of body is acting, and md square is according to the radius of gyration. This part is actually adding for translating axis from G point to O point. So if you people are confusing, this is O point, you can replace it here as IO point. Simply replace it here as IO point if you people are confusing. But keep in mind, this point is actually movement of inertia at the point of suspension. So this is point of suspension, this is not point of suspension. In previous case, this point G was point of suspension, but in this case point G is not point of suspension, but point O is point of suspension. So we need translation of axis. So translating axis, we will get actual value of natural frequency, that will be Fn is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi into mgd over IO in hertz or cycles per second. In hertz or per cycles per second. Now let's go for the this value can only be possible if we have a proper dimensions. Now we will consider some example of a beam for the compound pendulum. Suppose we have a beam, total length of beam is L. Please move it here. This is a beam which is suspended from the point O. Center of mass of this beam is lying at this point G, and this is the center of percussion point of this beam, where there is zero effect of force. Total length of this beam is L, and we are assuming that center of mass of this beam is lying at distance D from the point of suspension O. So this D is actually a point from suspension of beam to its center of mass. And what is this X? This X is distance from point of suspension to the point of percussion, where we have a zero effect force, and we can calculate X as X is equal to K square plus D square divided by D. I have already explained it, that how we can find center of percussion of body. Almost all the physics have proper fundamentals. We have a fundamental theorems available for proper mathematical modeling. So without imagination there is no life. Pythagoras developed vibration within strings in 5th century, and he also found out the natural frequency of strings. So in addition, now we will calculate mass moment of inertia of this beam. Suppose this is a compound pendulum and we want to find its natural frequency. We have derived this formula. We will apply this formula to derive the natural frequency. We need IO. In order to find the value of IO, again we have IO is equal to Ig plus md square. What is Ig? From developed formulas, since Ig of beam is already defined, and that is equal to 1 by 12 ml square. 1 by 12 ml square. It is already calculated value. Mass moment of inertia of this beam, if it is at point G, it will be 1 by 12 ml square, and it is already calculated. Would not need to calculate it again. Plus md square. What is mass? Mass of this beam. And what is D? D is actually a distance from point of suspension to the center of mass. So in this case it is already D, and what is D? We can say that it is almost half of this. So D is equal to capital L divided by 2. So M into L divided by 2. And its square. So we have 1 by 12 ml square plus ml square divided by 4, and finally we have ml square divided by 3. This will be the value of I naught, ml square divided by 3, when we will solve it. I naught is equal to ml square divided by 3. We will put value of this I naught in this formula to calculate natural frequency of this beam pendulum. So we will have here we will for beam natural frequency will be because we people know Fn is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi m g d. What is d? D is again half of L. And what is I naught? I naught is m L square divided by 3. So cancelling this thing with this one, we will have 3g divided by 2L. So Fn is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi square root of 3g divided by 2L. So this is the value of natural frequency. Units will be hertz. So this is the value of natural frequency for this beam suspended from point O. 3g divided by 2L. Again, we people know that natural frequency only depends upon G and L. G is already defined 9.8, and what is L? L will be the total length of this beam. So I have already explained the concept of the center of percussion. It is the point that almost lies to the 2/3 of the body, and it is the point where we will apply, if we will apply an external force or excitation force, there will be no effect or string effect or force effect held to the pivot or suspension point. So it is a zero effect force. And what about the what is the mass movement of inertia? Mass movement of inertia. What is mass movement of inertia? I am talking about it. Mass movement of inertia is the resistance of body to its angular momentum. Mass movement of inertia of a body is actual resistance of body to its angular momentum. For example, it is the measure of angular torque that is required for change within angular momentum of body. It depends upon mass distribution within the body as well as its axis distribution as well. So in coming lecture, inshallah, we will solve different numerical problems. Thank you. So this is the first numerical problem, that is from the mass spring system. A machine can move in a vertical degree of freedom only. So it is a single degree of freedom problem. It is mounted elastically to a rigid foundation. Assume that the machine can be regarded as a point mass m, and that the isolator is an ideal spring, the spring rate of which is k. What is the mounted resonance frequency of the machine in the following cases? So in order to find out the resonance frequency, we people have a formula. Fn is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi into square root of k over m. So before finding a natural frequency, we people should know the value of k, that is the stiffness of an elastic body, and m, that is the mass of the block. So in this case, A, we have provided with the mass of a block that is constant for 3 cases, and in case B, again we have given with the mass of block that is about 100 kg, and that is always also constant for the two cases. Further, that we have been provided the value of K for three cases in kilonewton per meter. So while putting the value of K, we people should take care of the this 1000 value because it will help in the conversion as a conversion factor. So here we can see that we have calculated the value of rotation natural frequency as K over M, from where we have a natural frequency. This is for constant mass of 10 kg for all three cases, and this is for the 100 kg masses, and in this case these three cases are for the three different values of K in kilonewton per meter. So we can calculate and we can find that and the value of natural frequency is varying as 5, 15 and 50 hertz in this case, and this is by varying the by keeping mass constant and by increasing the value of K. So we can see that by increasing the value of K, natural frequency of body is increasing, and here in this case again we people can see that value of K is increased. So this is another numerical example. A 1/4 kg mass is suspended by a spring having a stiffness of 0.1533 Newton per millimeter. Again conversion factor is required. Determine its natural frequency in cycles per second. Also determine its statical deflection. So let's solve it. This is numerical example from slides. Problem number 2.2.1. We have been provided with the mass that is 1/4 kg and value of stiffness is about 153.3 Newton per meter, and we are asked to find out the value of natural frequency and static deflection. Here it is mentioned in problem static deflection. So first of all we need to find the natural frequency. Simplest formula, Fn is equal to 1/2 pi into square root of K divided by M. We have been provided with the value of K and M. So 1/2 pi, value of K is 153.3 and value of M is about 1/4. So we can find natural frequency as Fn is equal to almost 3.94 hertz. 3.94 hertz. This will be the value of natural frequency, and now we are also asked to find out the value of static deflection coefficient, because in this case we people know that we have an elastic element, the mass of body of mass M of 1/4 kg that is suspended by the elastic body K to a pivot point, fixed point. So in order to find out the deflection of this elastic element because of this mass, we need to resolve this block into its force components. We know that there is no excitation force acting on this block, so all deflection will be because of the weight of this block, and in addition there will be a restoring force that will be presented as K delta. So we have summation F is equal to 0. Why? Because it is static deflection, it is not dynamic deflection where excitation force acts. In this case no excitation force is acting, so W minus K delta is equal to 0, or delta is equal to mg divided by K. We know the value of mass, we know value of G, and we know value of K, and at the end we have the value of static deflection coefficient as 16 millimeter. Delta is equal to 16 millimeter. So deflection within this elastic element because of the weight of this mass is 16 millimeter. Stop. This is another numerical problem. A spring of mass system having stiffness K and mass M has a natural frequency of F1 if a second spring K2 is added in series with the first spring, then what will happen? The natural frequency is lower to the half of initial or F1. Determine the value of K2 in terms of K1. So it is provided that initially we have a mass spring element. This block is suspended from the elastic element, and initial frequency in this case is found to be, this is stiffness element, this is mass of body is almost constant in both cases. This is case 1. In case 1, stiffness is K1. So initial natural frequency is F1 is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi K1 over m hertz. So this is the first case. What is the second case? In second case, second spring K2 is added in series. So suppose this is another spring that is added in series to this block of mass m. This is K1, this is K2. And what will be the natural frequency? Natural frequency is lower to the half of F1. So what he is saying, F2 is equal to half of F1. What is F2? F2 is equal to, because springs are added in series, so 1 divided by 2 pi K equivalent divided by m. So how we can calculate the equivalent stiffness of these both elements? Equivalent stiffness of these both elements. So springs are in series, we need to add them in parallel. So 1 over K1 plus 1 over K2 already explained, no need to explain it again. So this will be the equivalent stiffness in series, and we have converted above mass spring system into equivalent stiffness K equivalent. So keeping in view this equation, and this is equation number 1 and this is the equation number 2, putting value in star 1. So putting equation 1 and 2 in star 1, we have 1 divided by 2 pi K equivalent divided by m into 1 divided by 2 pi also half of 1 divided by 2 pi K1 divided by m. So this is the expression. Again we people can see, we can cancel out these terms, we can take care of these terms and put the value of K equivalent, and at the end we will have, for example, K1 K2 over K1 plus K2, that is equal to K1 divided by 2m, and we are asked to find the value of K2 in terms of K1. So K2 as a function of K1, we have to find the value of this. So rearranging all of them, also this mass can be cancelled with, both quantities can be cancelled with each other. So there will be no mass here. So we have to find the value of K2 in terms of K1. It gives us K2 is equal to 1 by 3 of K1. Rearranging all of them, we have this value. So for the next numerical problem, इसको हमें remove करना है. This is another numerical problem 2.4, an unknown mass. In this numerical problem, we are provided with an unknown mass. An unknown mass of mass kg attached to the end of an unknown spring. So we are unknown with the value of spring elastic coefficient K and value of mass m as well. But we are provided with the natural frequency, that is about 94 CPM. CPM means cycles per minute. So value of mass and stiffness is unknown, value of first natural frequency is known. When 0.453 kg mass is added to mass m, then the natural frequency is lowered to 76.7 cpm. So after adding known amount of mass in our already given mass, we have a new natural frequency that is provided here. Determine the unknown mass m and the spring constant k. So we have to find out the value of unknown mass and stiffness k value. So let's start. Let's start. This is our case A. In first case, we have been provided with the mass and stiffness whose values are unknown, but natural frequency value is known, that is about 94 cpm. In second case, amount of 0.453 kg mass is added in the already unknown mass m, and again value of stiffness is same, but new natural frequency is found to be 76.7 cpm, and we are asked to find the value of unknown parameters. So in first case we have Fn is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi k divided by m, and in second case, or we can write it as second case F2 is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi k divided by m plus 0.45 and 3. Rearranging equation number 1 and equation number 2 as, please separate the k constant from the above equation. So we will have 2 pi into f1 into square and into mass. This will be the first equation and this will be the second equation. Look here, 2 pi f2 square into m plus 0.453. So this will be the from f2. So we are provided with the value of f1 and f2, so we can compare both of them. So this is 1, this is 2, so from 1, from 2, so comparing both, we have 2 pi f1 square into m, that is equal to 2 pi f2 square into m plus 0.453. Now putting the value of known parameters, for example f1 and f2, because f1 and f2 are in cycles per minute and value and with the unit of frequency is in hertz. So because both are in the same unit, we do not need to convert them individually. So 2 pi 94 square into m, that is equal to 2 pi multiplied by 76.7 square into m plus 0.453. So from here we will have the value of mass, that will be about 0.9028 kg. 0.9028 kg. This will be the value of mass. So we have calculated the value of mass and putting it in any of the above equation. You can put it here, you can put it here, or you can put it anywhere. We can find the value of k. For example, put in K is equal to 2 pi f1 square into m. So we have 2 pi multiply by 94 whole square multiply by what is mass 0.9028, and at the end we have the value of stiffness coefficient as 87.48 Newton per meter. 87.948 Newton per meter, and this is the value of stiffness coefficient. So we have solved some of the numerical problems that are correlated with the mass spring system. Inshallah, in coming numerical problem, we will solve one of the analytical model for the mass spring system, for the design of the analytical models for one of the mass spring system, and in addition we will also solve, and in addition inshallah we will also solve one of the torsional vibration problem, and in addition to the torsional vibration problem we will also solve one of the numerical that will be correlated with the compound pendulum. So inshallah all the analytical derivations concepts will be cleared in the coming numerical examples.